The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Friday podcast.
Meow.
Had caller of the week, which was a throwback to all the way back to yesterday about the dad doing the nudie run, chasing his kids who had been fighting with a pair of scissors, and the nudie run involved running naked down past the high school in front of our caller. I think it was Sky, and then who was it? Someone else or in the room? Who someone else had seen a friend's dad naked? Which one of you guys?
Yeah, I saw my friend's dad naked. I never
14.
told it. I've never told anyone till this day, till it just came out on air.
Yeah, that's a bit weird, that one.
Yeah, Mr. Hickey, you need to pick your moments.
Probably don't name him, but...
We had,
or maybe you do. I don't know.
well, I don't know if I'm going to name. We had a similar incident.
But if he's lying out around the pool, though, just to go back to that story. real
Yeah.
quick,
He should know.
Something's going on there.
I mean, his family's home.
Yeah.
You'd
No, I
imagine.
don't think his family was home.
Oh,
I
well, the
think that's-
neighbours could, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The people who go and...
He's thrown out wide, isn't he? A bit.
Like, I'd like an even tan. I've got like footy short tan, and I'd like to even that
Would
up.
you love an even tan?
Well,
Like,
when I
would
look
you-
at myself coming out of the shower, it is pasty
yeah.
white, and then all of a sudden it's a nice,
Yeah.
Have you got a pool?
yeah,
Like
but
if I popped around for some reason, just to drop off something to you, and but the side gate was open, and I walked around, and you're naked in the pool, I'd be flabbergasted.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
And
if I-
amazed all at once, obviously.
And excited.
You know what
So
they say
many
about
aroused.
people with big heads?
Yeah. Yeah?
Exactly.
What? No, ours is
Proportion.
ours is
No
ti-
shoulder tan because it's always in the shadow of their head.
It is indeed.
Anyway.
I'm very protected. Ours is a timing issue. We had parents, like a friend in school, take us out on their yacht. Over to
hello.
I think to Peel Island, and you can jump off there. They got the little cove, and
Right, is it good?
it's good. Yeah, especially you get a good weekend. Then there'd be hundreds of boats out there, and
Really?
you jump off in the water.
Peel
You just sort
Island.
of swim the 50, 100 yards, depending on how far you anchor off. Go to the beach, and we did that as kids. We sort of jump off, we swim over there, and okay, well we've done our bit. The parents would making us lunch, and my friend, who is the boyfriend of the girl that took us. It was his girlfriend's parents that had the boat.
Yeah.
He and another mate have swum back early, and they've up the ladder, and then the dad's walked out nude, like up to he's got like a champagne flute.
Oh, dear.
And went back to the mum because they were having a session while the kids went for a swim.
Oh, my
so
God.
they obviously thought they had some more time. But up the dad walks
Making
and
lunch, my ass.
yeah, I know.
Hey?
maybe thought he was going to be
Biting the
quick.
salami,
Yeah.
maybe. Making lunch,
Yeah,
no.
that was a very young incident
Munching
as well.
on the roast beef
Flutes.
sandwich.
Oh, nice. Flutes for days, I was going to say. Roast beef
Yeah,
sandwich.
well.
Nommy.
I told you about what happened when we were kids. I know you guys heard. I told Nikki because it's fresh meat. But when we were like 8, we went over to Watumba Creek at Fraser Island in Mum and Dad in Dad's boat, and they've parked the boat in the middle of the creek, and Dad and Mum have gone, we're going for a walk. You guys stay in the boat, and we're like, okay. And they took off with a blanket. Like, in hindsight, what else were they doing?
You were 8, though.
Yeah, we were kids, and they've taken off, and straight away Luke and I are like, this is like Johnny Rambo stuff here. Like, we're hop out of the boat. Of
course.
We're crawling along through the water.
Yeah.
We're following them along. We let them get up ahead. Then we're doing like the Rambo crawl through the
Scrub.
through the sand at Watumba to where they are, and the vision of what I saw.
He was right into it, wasn't he?
No, it was more the other way.
Oh,
around.
really?
Like, it was.
Oh, your mum was on the heavy lifting.
It was the beginning of the session.
An
and
intense
it was,
love make. Oh,
It was.
it was that.
Oh.
It was the
Look,
beginning of it. I never knew that.
We're on the entree.
It was.
Oh,
It was haunting, and it was disturbing. And Luke and I,
just a starter.
we.
Did they see you?
I don't know, because we piss bolted back to the boat. Like we got back into the boat where you kind of just sat there quietly. And I remember Dad's come back, and I was just looking at him like,
You sick.
I could,
But he wasn't.
what's wrong?
In fairness, he was the victim. There was such a thing. Or maybe
That's,
That's
at least
a
you
lot,
had your
isn't it?
brother
That was
to
a lot.
commiserate with. Like,
Well, yeah, but I mean, you just
Did you and Luke talk about it much,
All you
or-
do is the Harvey Bath. Oh, you don't talk about these things.
No,
mate.
you don't.
You
You
just bury it
wouldn't-
down
yeah.
deep inside.
it's White
not-
Lotus
Yes,
stuff.
you just-
and you
pretend,
well, you're 8.
you pretend it never happened.
Like, you don't reach full sexual awareness until the age of 9 in Harvey Bay. So you're still underdeveloped.
But I feel like everyone's either got a story where they've walked in on their parents or a
come on.
parent has walked in on them.
Yeah, well,
you know,
that's
when you
happened-
start
that-
exploring yourself. Is
Yeah,
that
that happened to me. That happened to me.
Oh, you got the double.
You got all the stories?
I haven't ticked either box. Thank Christ, it's never happened.
The funniest one I ever heard was, who was it with the cup of tea with
Oh,
Murray
that
Shaw?
No, don't throw him
Oh,
under the
no,
bus.
no.
He's important these days.
Oh, no, who was it?
Please. It was Andrew, the burglar of Banff.
Oh, yeah.
Please tell it again, so Nikki can hear it. I love this.
This guy's still prominent on a certain television channel, by the way.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So, but we're going back to when, he's a teenager and he's...
No, he was in his early 20s. He was still. He was still.
I'm trying to make it better for him.
We didn't name him.
Anyway, so he's at home and he's decided to, treat his body like an amusement park.
yeah.
He's living at his mum's.
Yeah, and,
Okay.
and he's doing whatever, watching whatever, but he's right. He's that into it. And
Uh-oh.
then once it's all finished,
Yeah, his eyes shut as he was doing it.
yeah, well, and once it's all finished, he's sort of come to and sort of, that feeling of guilt that creeps over you.
When you're masturbating 8 feet from your mother in the next room. Yeah, that feeling.
And he's looked on the bedside table and there's a hot steaming cup of coffee.
No, it's being delivered while his eyes are closed in Pleasure Town. Oh, no.
Mum's come in and gone, I'll just leave this here.
I guess I'll just leave
so
it on the
bad.
side table.
But the fact that she continued,
Yeah,
like,
never
wouldn't you just
mentioned
do
it.
a whoop and I'm out?
No.
Like, the fact that she's put it there is her saying, I know what you did,
Yeah, she knew.
and it's okay.
I don't know. I've never thought of the mum.
Son, I'll still give
I've
you
never
coffee.
thought of the mum's reaction.
Yeah, well, the fact that she committed to still delivering, that's
Yeah.
that's a
hot
whole
cover.
other story. And meant, like, I
She
don't
would have
understand
gone,
the mentality.
he's the mum would have, if it's, probably if they were, Catholic and everything, she would have told herself that he was just exercising.
Yeah.
And gone, he's going to need a hot cup of tea or coffee when he's
I think
finished
it was
doing whatever
tea.
he's-
I think it was
Yeah,
tea,
I think it was tea.
I
he's
really
going to need
need
a
to
hot
know
cup
who
of
this
tea
is now.
after he's finished doing his exercise.
Jerking off.
Text me who it is.
Oh, you won't know him.
Oh, it's one of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
The racing channel.
The Ash Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.